Hey guys, so I recently finished Locke and Key by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, and this is his graphic novel. This is volume 1. It's a compilation of about 7 issues, and there's currently 6 volumes out, and I believe 5 issues of Omega, which is the last part of the series. Locke and Key is one of my favorite graphic novels so far. My other one is Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan. Locke and Key reminds me of a cross between Western comic books and Japanese manga. I've read a lot of manga, especially growing up in Japan, and Locke and Key, I feel like really embodies that sense of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like you see some Japanese stuff and you're just like, what the fuck? But this is a good what the fuck. It's basically about a family that's undergone a tragedy, and so they've moved into their dad's old house, which is called the Key House. And the kids start to discover these magic keys that when they can open different things or lead to portals to different areas. And what I love most about Locke and Key is it makes you really jealous. I mean, it's a tragic story. It's pretty dark. It's funny, it's adventurous, but there's a lot of darkness in it, and you still want to be a part of that world. I think Joe Hill created something completely original, which is saying a lot these days, and really entertaining, wonderful story structure. There are only 1 or 2 moments in the entire series so far when I was kind of like, wait, what? I don't get that part. But eventually it kind of is just accepted, and it's not anything major from like a structural point of view. It centers on 3 kids. There's the oldest, Tyler, the middle child, who's a girl, Kinsey, and then the youngest son, Bode. And the whole concept of this world is that the magic is only viewable to kids. So once you become adult, you forget about it if you were a part of it, or if you're an adult, you can't see the magic, although it can still affect you. Locke and Key has a great villain. His name, oh, I guess I shouldn't give away his name now, should I? But a great villain, a great setup, beautiful premise. It's kind of like if Stephen King did a young adult book or animation series. I'm sorry, Joe Hill, I'm sure you get comparisons to your dad all the time, but I definitely see the influence in his writing style, and I'm like really, really happy with it. I've read a lot of Japanese manga, and this is better than like most of the shit I've ever read. Like, I bought this, it took a couple days to get in the mail, and Ray actually bought all the digital copies because he like was in love with it. And I was like, I'm gonna wait for the hard copy, And he was like, trust me, after you read volume 1, you're gonna wanna read all the digital copies I have to continue the series. And he was right, I knocked it out in like 2 days because I was just so in love and engrossed in this graphic novel. So if you want to pick it up, I put a link in the description bar. I also got Joe Hill's Nos 42A and Horns. He's a novelist like his dad, not as prolific. I think he only has 3 novels out right now, but I picked those up. So I'm currently working on Indie Film Producing by Suzanne Lyons, which is just really dense, and it's taken me a long time to get through it because I'm trying to retain that information, and it is nonfiction. But I'm probably going to review those in the next week or so and then move on to Joe Hill's novels if you want to read along with me. Yeah, I highly recommend this. I mean, it's either this or Why the Last Man is my favorite, but I think I might like Locke and Key a little bit more than Why the Last Man because it's just so much more, it's got so many more creative elements in it, if that makes sense. So, you will want to fuck this a lot. You'll want to have sex with this graphic novel. You'll want to marry this graphic novel. You'll want to take it out. You'll want to ask this graphic novel's parents for her hand in marriage.